Hi, I'm Oscar.
And I'm Joe. We're from Metronomy, and you're watching the AU Review.
Well, thank you very much for joining us and welcome back to Australia.
Thanks for having us back here.
Yes, this is wonderful.
We've got a great view here in the El Capitan boardroom.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our first time in a conference room. It's blowing our mind.
It's a step up from the greasy kind of cupboards that perhaps they normally throw you in.
Yeah, we're obviously doing pretty well. I've never sat in a chair this comfy.
There you go. Well, it's good to have you back. It's been a few years, hasn't it, since we last had you here? How long has it been?
Yeah, I think it's been probably nearly 3 years. I think we would have been here in the summer, but 2 years ago, so nearly 3 years.
Well, it's good to have you back, and there's a new album in totes. You've been running around pretty much non-stop since the album came out, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, it was out in March, and so we've been it's just pretty much full on since then. And then like we're kind of touring up until December this year, and yeah, we're just running around everywhere. It's nice.
Has there been any particular highlights of the run so far?
Ooh, let me think. There must be.
But I think there was what do I think? We've just had quite a nice run of gigs. Like you were talking about Tea in the Park a minute ago. Like we had a nice little run of gigs where we were in quite beautiful locations, and it was quite hot and sunny. But I think probably my highlight was the German portion of the tour. The European tour was pretty cool. Seem to remember?
No, it was. Germany's been very, very kind to us recently. It's been great.
With the stage setup, it's I haven't gotten to see you guys in Australia, but I did see you at Tea in the Park a couple of weeks ago, and it seems like you brought the whole setup down, all the clouds and the white beaming kind of pillars that you perform on. Can you talk a little bit about the stage setup?
Well, yeah, no, we've kind of made ourselves a new stage setup for this album and tour. To me, it kind of looks a little bit like maybe sort of old 70s television set or something. And I think we kind of consciously decided we don't really like the look of like leads and stuff all over the stage. It's quite clean and beaming, like you say.
It has been compared also to a courtroom. The setup looks a bit like a kind of church. There's lots of these white kind of angular boxes which, depending on your kind of history, either remind you of being in court or church or
a jacuzzi as well. It looks a bit like that.
So, do you have someone who comes up with that idea? Do you get like a set designer? How does all that sort of stuff happen?
Well, it was us really, but I guess the idea started with us, but then we kind of worked closely with the guy who does our lights, and he had quite a hand in the development of it as well. That fair to say?
Yeah, I think like Oscar did some pretty good drawings of what became the keyboard kind of facades. And then like Ed Warren, he does the lights. Like he designed the backdrop and things like that. So it was like, I think a kind of 3-4 way collaboration. Then another friend of ours called this guy Tom East. These are people who you probably know. He kind of like built the first ones that we had. So I don't know. Yeah, it's quite a few people involved really.
Well, it looks great, and I'm sure the Australian fans have been enjoying it as well. How did the set at Splendour go over the weekend?
It's cool.
Yeah, it was rowdy, that's for sure.
Yeah, we were trying to get a feel for like what kind of people go to festivals in Australia compared to the English. Like I think English festival demographic is pretty kind of wide, and especially now it's like always children, like kids, like real young kids. But it seemed a bit more kind of rowdy at Splendour.
Yeah, it's like the young folks going mad. It's fun.
It was great. I think it was good. We had a nice time. Anyhow, it was. Yeah.